こんばんは皆様。Hello everyone. So today I'm going to be performing Rakugo in English. Here I am at the Fukagawa Edo 資料館, the Fukagawa Edo Museum. The stage is over there. So I will be performing Rakugo all in English today. So we'll see how that goes. We just done all of the preparations. We had like half an hour before the show starts. So it's, just been running around and doing everything at once. So yeah, I hope this goes good. Okay. So this is the stage then. Here in Rakugo, all the performers sit down here on this pillow, the so-called zabuton, and perform the stories. So once I've changed into my kimono, I will be sitting here and performing the whole time, no matter if I lose the blood in my leg or not, so to say. If I lose all the my English, switching between English and Japanese all the day. So we'll see how that goes. So I'm starting with a reddish kimono. I got 3 different kimonos today, so to make the different stories stand out a bit, so to say. Yeah, generally you change around like that, and also it gets very, very hot and sweaty. So a lot of Japanese people ask me, did you put the kimono on yourself, or did someone help you? And well, since I have to put my kimono on every day for work, I can't have anyone help me with that. I gotta do it all by myself. 本日の着物は、これ着物屋さんが、これは日本人はちょっとこれ派手すぎるんじゃないかな。外国人だったらちょうどいいと言われましたけれどもね。どうでしょうかね。騙されたから。いや、私気に入ってますけれどもね。でこれに、羽織をつけますというと、完璧かどうかわからないですけど、完成ということでございますね。So this is the haori. This is the kimono coat, so to say. Which you tie it together with these thingies. My English mind won't look like that. この紐ですかね。今紐の英語は出てこないんだけれども、thread ではないね、strings でもないような、ロープもなんか野暮だな。これでいいわけですけどもね。これで完成で。Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for coming here today. 皆様本日はいらっしゃいまして誠にありがとうございます。今日は英語落語の会でございます。では、これから古典落語を英語の方でやりたいと思うんですけれども、ちょっと解説を一応英語自信がない方のためにちょっとこれで、こういう話をまず説明するということで、ネタバレされたくない人は今のうち耳を塞いでいただければ、古典落語の桃太郎という話をやりますけれども、桃太郎というのはこれは結構有名なこのおとぎ話、日本人で知らない人はいないと思いますけれども、これは落語の方で、お父さんの方がこの子供が息子がなかなか寝ないので、じゃあ桃太郎という話を話します。そしたら子供がスッと寝てしまうというのが、まずこういう昔ながらの昔の方は良かったみたいな、昔の子供だったら素直に寝てくれたんだけれども、近頃の子供はっていう もう一バージョンでもってこの生意気な子供の方が何でも言うことも聞いてくれないし、お父っつぁんがこの桃太郎の話をしようとすると何でもこう聞いてしまう。そしたら最後でもって全く寝ようともしないで、お父っつぁんのこのやった桃太郎の話を逆にこれがいけないじゃないかお父っつぁんで、この桃太郎の話を解説し始める。お父っつぁんこういう意味があるんだけれどもね、犬というのはこれは、忠実とか、猿というのは頭がいいみたいないろいろこう、解説をして、そういう子供の方が頭良かったなんかという、こういう笑いですけれども、これ英語でやりますけれどもね、楽しんでいただければと思うわけでございますけれども。That was the explanation of the story in Japanese, and now I will go straight into the story. Well, in all times, children have always been a problem for their parents, so to say. It's not easy to take care of a child, no matter which country or whichever age it is. Kimbo, Kimbo, what is it, father? Don't what is it, father, me? It's getting quite late, eh? Children of your age need to go to sleep at this time. Go and get your pajamas changed. Yes, go to mother. Yes. Okay, you've changed into the pajama? Okay, come over there. Yeah, come over here. I'm going to tell you a really interesting story. So listen to that and sleep then, okay? Let's see, what should we do? Yes, I know. Once upon a time, there was a grandfather and a grandmother who lived in a house in the forest. Every day, the grandfather would go up in the mountain and gather firewood. The grandmother would go to the river and wash their clothes. One day, when she was washing the clothes, a great peach flowed through the river. She brought the peach home and they cut it into two. From the peach, a little boy was born. The boy was born from a peach, so they called him Momotaro, which means peach boy in Japanese. This boy grew up to be quite healthy. One day, the boy said, I'm going to go to the Troll Island. 一応鬼というのはこれトロールという役でお願いしたいと思います。He went to the Troll Island to defeat the evil trolls who were causing so much trouble. So with the grandfather and grandmother, they prepared a cake of millet. And on the way, he met 3 companions, a dog, a monkey, and a pheasant. They all joined him in his quest, and when he reached the Troll Island, the trolls were making such a ruckus. So everyone used their combined powers and defeated the trolls. The trolls started crying, I'm so sorry, we'll never do anything bad again. Please forgive us. Okay. Then bring me all your treasure. And they brought all the treasure, and Momotaro brought the treasure home. And they all lived happily ever after. Such a nice story, isn't this? When you grow up, Kimbo, I hope you go to the Troll Island and gather a lot of treasure too, right? Wait, Kimbo! He's fallen asleep. Hey, he's fallen asleep. Children are so innocent. Well, this is how it used to be. Children these days, no, they won't sleep at all. No. Kimbo! What's up, Pops? What's up, Pops? It's getting quite late, isn't it? Well, I'm not sleepy. Well, even if you're not sleepy, look at the time. This late age have to sleep. Really? We have to sleep? Where's that decided? Is it written in the Geneva Convention? Don't talk about things you don't know. The Geneva Convention has nothing to do with this. No. I get it. If you stay up really, really late, you'll be in trouble. Oh, you see, scary ghosts will appear and get you. Excuse me, Father. What? You just said, if I stay up late, scary ghosts will come and get me, right? That's correct. Father, ghosts are, by definition, scary beings. Scary ghosts. This is quite a bit of a repetition, isn't there? Don't you think so? Chomp, chomp. Go and put on your pajama already. Yes, hurry up. Come over here. I'm going to tell you an interesting story, so lie down and sleep. Excuse me, Father. What is it now? You told me you're going to tell me an interesting story, so lie down and sleep, right? Yes. If I sleep, I can't hear your story. Fine. What should I say then? I'd prefer listen to my story and then sleep. Fine. Yes. Listen to my story and then sleep. All right. Let's see what you got. What kind of attitude is that? Huh? No respect at all, eh? Once upon a time. When? What? When? When did it take place? I don't know. A long time ago. Yes, a long time. Well, how long ago? 100 years? 1,000 years? Before or after Christ? That doesn't matter. Anyway, there lived a grandfather and a grandmother. What were their names? What? The name. What was the name of the grandfather? He didn't have a name. No name? How so? He was so poor, he had to sell his name. Really? You can sell your name? So, why haven't you sold yours, Father? Quiet with you now. Stay quiet now, eh? They both lived in a house in the forest. Which forest? Enough now. I don't know, some forest, far, somewhere. Anyway, stay quiet now, okay? Every day, the grandfather would go up the mountain and get firewood. The grandmother would go to the river and wash their clothes. Then, a gigantic peach flew down the river. They brought this home and cut it into two. From the peach, a little boy was born. They called him Momotaro, which means peach boy. One day, when he had grown older, he said he was going to the troll island to defeat the trolls. So the grandfather and the grandmother prepared a tasty millet cake for him. On the way, there were 3 animals who became his companion. A dog, a monkey, and a pheasant. They all joined him in the quest for the troll island. And in the troll island, they defeated the trolls, and the trolls started crying. We're so sorry. We'll never do it again. Forgive us. Okay. But then you must bring me all your treasure. And they brought the treasure, and he brought it home to his grandfather and his grandmother, and they lived happily ever after, all of them. You don't look sleepy at all, do you? Well, Father, before I heard your story, I think I could have managed to fall asleep, but after hearing your story, I'm wide awake. It was too stupid. What do you mean, stupid? Father, this story is called Momotaro, isn't that right? Yes. Father, Momotaro is one of the 3 greatest, most well-known Japanese children's stories. It's got a lot of meaning to it. But you just babble on and on and on you go, with no idea of the meaning behind the story. If the author of this story heard this, he would roll over in his grave. Listen, Father, there's a lot of meaning here, okay? First of all, once upon a time. Of course you can decide when it was, but if you decide, oh, this is 100 years ago, or this is during the Industrial Revolution, then you have to pinpoint the story there. But by using once upon a time, the story becomes timeless. You see? And the grandfather and grandmother, originally this was a father and a mother. But since, you sometimes tell this to very small children, and for them, the grandfather and grandmother, they have a bit more of distance. So it's easier to look at this as a folk tale, so to say. And then they lived in a house in the forest, right? You could decide on a country, on a name, on a city. But by keeping it all vague, it just becomes so much more like a folk tale, right? And then the grandfather went to the mountain to gather firewood, right? This also has a lot of meaning, you see. Well, they didn't only need firewood, right? There is a saying, the gratitude towards our fathers are higher than the mountain. The gratitude to our mothers is deeper than the sea. Well, originally this was the sea. But in the sea you can't wash any clothes, right? There's too much salt water. So therefore they went to the river instead. Really? This is quite an interesting story, isn't it? Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, really? What else then? Well, after that, see? While washing at the river, right, a giant peach came tumbling down. They cut the peach in two and a little boy was born. That's what you said, right? Father, if you cut the peach in two, the boy will be cut in two too. Well, yeah. I always thought this part was quite odd. Actually, Father, if a boy is born from a peach, think of all the trouble. All the grocery stores would be full of babies. This is a metaphor for normal birth, you see. And then when this boy became really big, he wanted to go to the troll island, right? So the grandfather and grandmother prepared a delicious cake of millet, you said. Father, millet isn't delicious. Have you tried it? There's a reason why mankind stopped with millet and went on to rice and wheat. But this also has a meaning, you know. This means no matter how famous, no matter how rich you become, you must never forget your beginning. Hence, the millet cake. And on the way, he met three animals, right? The monkey, and the dog, and the pheasant. These aren't just any random animals, you see. The dog is very loyal. And the monkey is very, very smart. And the pheasant is very brave. So, any person should always remember loyalty, courage, and intelligence, right? I almost forgot that. And I'm going to tell you, Father, I'm sure you know, but Troll Island, there's no place like Troll Island, you know that, right? This is also a metaphor, right? There are no trolls in the real life. Well, apart from the internet, of course, but that's another story. The real trolls are the mean people you meet in the world. You've got to get on well with the mean people, with all the hard people in the world, and then you get treasure. And treasure, this means trust. You get trust from your society, and then you help your grandfather and grandfather, well, in other words, your parents, and you give them, you pay them back. This is a story showing a great example of filial piety. But you, father, you have no idea of anything like this. You just go on and on like an idiot. Father, promise me to never tell anyone else this story. You know what they say, right? The sins of the fathers. Yes. Father, are you listening to me? Father! Father! Father's fallen asleep there. Grown-ups are so innocent.
最後まで日本語でございます。一席三遊亭楽太の方でお付き合いのほどを願っておきます。円楽の楽という字に太るという字を書きまして楽太でございます。円楽最後の弟子でございましてね。それがどうしたというとはそれだけなんでございます。まあ私の方でもお付き合いのほどを願っておきます。まあ近頃はコロナ禍がだんだんと
So I changed my third kimono, black kimono with the hakama, this big, well, like a skirt kind of thing, a male skirt. Also with the family crest of my ichimon, my clan. Tachibana emblem. So yeah, like top corner and then one more story. I'm not as nervous as I was before, but I don't know. I'm performing in Japanese almost every day, but in English is a bit rare. And today I was, this is my first big show, so I was surprisingly very, very nervous. すごい緊張しちゃいましたけど、日本語より英語の方はうまくできるはずなんだけれども、いつもやってないものをやっちまったんですからね。最後まで頑張ります。
You should always start from the lowest one. Yes? For example, if you start from the drawer on the top, right? And then you, let's say, take out all the kimonos and the hakama and haori, you take them all out, and then you're going to go to the next drawer, right? Then when you open it, the drawer on top, this will be in the way, right? So you have to close it and then continue. However, if you start from the bottom, take out all the kimono, and then you go to the next drawer, the drawer below, it won't get in the way. I have no experience with this from myself. This is something I was told, right? I've never done anything like this here. So the robber took out all the kimono, tied the piece of cloth together, and